of our next door neighbor in Nutter Fort. None of the other cats liked him. He never ate with anybody. He was a runt. We finally pulled him out, gave him to Chris, and they took him to the vet, to Dr. McCutcheon, to get him all fixed up. Well, they were told he had cataracts and be about a year before he would go blind. But they chose him above all the others, for they were attracted to the one who was not loved. Unfortunately, Webster did not make it when Chris and Laurie's house burnt down 7 months after they purchased it in Clarksburg. But for 2 years, Webster was chosen among all the other cats and lived a better life than if he would have stayed under the foundation of a person's home. In the same way, God has chosen us. We may be the last, the least, or the lost. We may be the runt or the rascal. We may be the sacred or we may be the sick. We may be blind or beaten. But God has chosen us, and we have been appointed to go out and bear much fruit. And this is where the New Testament comes in. The people in the synagogue felt chosen because they felt that they were a closed society. They felt they were the covenant people only. They didn't need to broaden their circle, only close their circle in. They didn't need to care about others, only needed to care about themselves. So they went into a tizzy when Jesus came as the Son of Man and told that the un-Jewish folks were just as loved as they were. It's like people get angry when it might be suggested that our mission is to go not to our own, but to others. How could this fine Jewish boy say that Nahum the Syrian would be chosen to be healed, or a widow in Siddim, as commemorable as that was? And so they sought to rid him by chasing him out of the meeting place and to a far distant hill. But you see, God often uses others that we would not approve of to bring his love and message to us. And that's the good news. We are chosen, others are chosen. From the foundations of the world to our youth, we are chosen, and we should rejoice in it and not reject it. And we should help others to love being chosen as well. Why did you get involved in this? Why is this? It seems like when you talk about this, it's a passion for you. Why is it such a passion for you? How'd you get involved?
Well, two things. First of all, I care deeply about the needy. Now, the second reason I'm involved in my passion is I love fundraising.
A strong ministry of First Christian Church is the shut-in ministry, as the elders take communion to the shut-ins every Sunday morning. Today, Bill Stockwell delivers communion to Alma Schultz.
We'll start with the prayer, if you don't mind. Okay. Dear God, we thank you for this gift that you gave us of your Son, who you sent to represent you in the world as a human being. We thank you for the sacrifice he made. We thank you for the teachings that he left us with, for the lifestyle that he showed us that it was possible to live. We ask that through this bread and cup, where we commemorate his blood and his body, that we become the disciples, the kinds of disciples that he would want us to be, that we continue the work in the world that those early disciples did, in bringing others to know of Jesus' love, of God's grace that he brought to us, and the promise of everlasting life. We ask this in his name. Amen. Jesus took the bread, broke it, and said, "Take and eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In like manner, he took the cup and said, "This is my blood, Drink of it, all of you, in remembrance of me. Take this bread and this cup to remember Jesus and to have him be with us until he comes again. Amen.
And then we asked Alma Schultz to share a little bit about living, about her beliefs. And here's what she had to say.
It is. I guess as you get older, things that probably you were upset about when you were young, they don't have too much grip on you when you're older. There's things that you want to see in your lifetime. Good grief. My lifetime at 90 is getting shorter.
What does the Lord through your life, what has the Lord meant to you?
Well, when I tell him something or I want him to do something right now, he just does it when he wants to do it.
First Christian Church was very excited about participating in the Empty Bowls to Super Bowl contest and event and celebration. We also have a lot of other exciting events that we would like to share with you. First, the church has joined the Morgantown Chamber of Commerce and attempts to be a good neighbor, not only in Morgantown but throughout Monongalia County as well. One of the most exciting things that we have now is a new website. You're invited to go to that website and see all the things that are available there to you. You will notice right away, not only do we have a beautiful front, but we also have places that you can click on for our monthly newsletter called The Call. And if you're interested and want to see the programs we have going at our for the church Sunday, you can go to our bulletin. And in addition, we have very special events that are occurring as well. We also play bingo on Tuesdays with the residents at Sundale Rest Home, and members of the congregation and others would like to join us are invited to share those events as well. We're part also of the South Park Association, a neighborhood. It's a group called SPAN, South Park Association of Neighbors, and they meet together occasionally at the church and have activities, a yard sale and other events, and we're hoping to increase that involvement this year, and so we invite you to take part of that, particularly if you're a resident in the South Park area. These are many new exciting events, including an exercise class that Brian Wells has going on 3 or 4 times a week. You can sign up for those classes as well. So First Christian is a very active church, and we invite you to get involved with us. Well, we thank you for watching our second program from the First Christian Church in Morgantown at the corner of Grand and Coben. We invite you to church every Sunday at 9:30 for our Sunday school hour, information hour, where we have different guests come in and speak, and also for our church service at 10:45. We are small with a large heart for the heart of people and for the heart of Morgantown. We believe that through this church you will be able to increase your faith, grow your children, and deepen your community involvement. Visit us on Facebook at First Christian Church Disciples of Christ, Morgantown, West Virginia. Go to our website, and for additional information you can call the church at 304-296-5500. Or you can email us at fccmorgantown@gmail.com. So until we meet again, this is D.D. Min, the interim minister, saying so long, take care, and be a blessing.